Hey guys, welcome to part 11 of my ActionScript 3 platformer tutorial. Today we're going to dive right in, because this is going to be a tutorial on the longer side, and we're going to make the ladder class. I told you last week we're going to start with making the ladder, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to have as a constructor argument, we're going to have something called top. It's going to be a boolean. Up here we can put public var top boolean equals false. This dot top equals top. For the graphics, let's go ahead, give it a nice darker brown, and then this dot graphics dot draw rect x minus 25, y minus 25, 50, 50. Just like the block, this dot graphics dot end fill. And right now I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to have a check obj, kind of like what we had on the block, but it's going to be more like on the coin. It's not going to be as involved collision detection, but we are going to have a little bit of collision detection. So you see here we have the obj, the object, place, it's going to be where this ladder falls in the array of ladders, and climbing is going to be whether or not you're actually choosing to be on a ladder at the moment that this check is being run. So then we're going to have if math dot abs obj dot x minus x is less than width divided by 2, and math dot abs obj dot y minus y is less than height divided by 2, obj dot on ladder. That's going to be a variable that we're going to add soon in our player class. If obj dot on ladder is equal to place, and put parentheses around this, math dot abs obj dot x minus x is greater than or equal to width divided by 2 plus obj dot width divided by 2, or math dot abs obj dot y minus y is greater than height plus obj dot height divided by 2, obj dot on ladder equals -1. And finally, something for when this is going to be a top ladder, y minus height divided by 2, and it's top, and obj dot on ladder equals place, and we're climbing. All of that put together, obj dot y equals y minus height divided by 2. Basically what that's going to do is that's going to keep it so that if you are actually on a ladder and you get to the top of the ladder, you don't just keep going and then fall down and keep going and fall down. You're just going to stop when you get to the top. I don't need that. Okay, so now in here, real quick, go to the player class. We're going to add public var on ladder, just like on block. It's going to be set to -1. Now we're going to add our ladders array up here. Down in here, we're actually going to change a lot of what we have here. We're going to take our door. There's a new system we're going to use because 5 and 6 are going to be ladders now. And this way we're going to be able to keep the destinations of our doors kept in the actual number that we have, rather than just having 5 is equal to 1 and 6 is equal to 0. That's a bit confusing. We're going to go 901 here and 900 here. So now we go down to our doors and change it. Rather than having our 5 and 6 here, we're just going to change this, make it if is greater than or equal to 900. And then the destination we're going to put in here is actually going to be maps index ij minus 900. So that way, that number that we have Afterwards, you see up here we have 901 minus 900, that's going to take us to 1. 900 minus 900, that's going to take us to 0. So that's going to be a new system we're going to use so that we don't actually have any of the confusing things that we did before, and everything will work the same. It's just going to be a bit different. And another thing we're going to add onto doors is we want it so that every time we go to a room, it still saves the way it was before. So we're going to go ahead and add something on our door. It's going to be called public var unlocked boolean equals false. So now we go ahead back here, and we're actually going to add another set just like this. We're going to put it separated by an else. We're actually going to put it above and have the else there. And if it's 1,000, that means it's going to be unlocked. So we just go ahead in here and we say door.unlocked equals true. So now we have that set up, and now we can use 5 and 6 for our ladder. So 5 is going to just be a normal ladder. It's not going to be the top. Ladder, ladder. And then I'm just going to copy this again, and then 6 is going to be true. Let's just make sure, yep, that all works. Now we're going to add our for loop for ladders. Put it right down here under keys. Use L for ladder. So it's character, place will be L, and then we're going to have a boolean that we're going to add up here, right under ladders. Climbing. And we're going to throw that in there. But we don't need this if or anything like this, because it's not actually going to return anything. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I said that I was going to add this. I might run over. If I do, I'm going to just edit it in the second part and hope that I can keep it in HD. So this will probably be longer than 15 minutes. So the next part we want to do is we want to have something where we can save the state of the map after we get rid of it when we go to a different place, so that everything doesn't load when we come back again. First off, we're going to add ladders in here in this list of everything. And now what we're going to do is we're not going to have any enemies at this point, but we're going to need to make a new array. And we only want to do this because we have our load map up here, and it's going to use the current, and we can't do that when it's -1, so we're going to say if current is not equal to -1. Then we're going to say var new r. It's going to be an array. For var I int equals 0, I is less than maps current dot length new r dot push a blank array. And then for var s int equals 0, s is less than maps current 0 dot length. No, actually not quite yet. We're going to need this again. This time let's change this to s so we don't have a duplicate variable definition error, or it's actually a warning. And then inside here we'll make it h maps current o dot length h plus plus. And in here, new r h dot push 0. or no, it's new rs dot push 0. Sorry about that. After this, we're going to need one. Now we have our new array. It's going to be the same length and width of the map that we already have. We're going to need to add another for loop for every component type that we're going to have. We're going to do B for blocks. And what we're going to put in here, it's going to say new R blocks B dot Y minus 25. Put that in parentheses, divided by 50. That brackets, copy that, and then put the secondary one for X equal to 1. Basically what we're doing is we're taking the X coordinate and the Y coordinate of the block, and then we're taking it back. Remember how when we first made it, we multiplied it by 50 and then added 25. We're just doing the reverse of that so we can get where it would be in terms of the X and Y coordinates on the map. And then we're just going to make that block equal to 1. And we're going to do this for all of our components. We're going to do this for blocks, coins, ladders, and doors. We don't need to do it for enemies because anytime we're going to be leaving a room, all the enemies are going to be dead. And we don't need to do it for keys because keys are already going to be gone. Right, and then do L for ladders. Now the ladders is going to be a bit different because we have top and not top ladders. So we're going to go ahead and put this in brackets. First off, make this a 2. And we're going to, of course, change this to ladders L. And that's going to be 5. And we're going to say if ladders L dot top, copy paste this, and now make this an else and make this one 6. And we're going to have the same basic deal for doors because we're going to have the ones that are locked and the ones that are unlocked. Going to be doors D dot unlocked, and if it is unlocked, it's going to be 1000 plus doors D dot dest for destination. Copy and paste this in for the X and Y on both of these. Alright, I know this is going really fast, but I hope you guys are keeping up. Feel free to pause the video at any point where you need to. So we're going to put down here maps current equals new R. So now that's going to change the map from what it was to what we just made. With unlocked doors, we're going to be able to just go back and forth, and we really don't want that to happen. So one thing we're going to want to make sure we do is we add a char.floor equals 450 right there so that we don't get stuck. And then another thing is we're going to change the way that this works with the space down. Space down is going to actually be true when you hit it here now, and now it's going to be made false right here. So now we run this. Ignore the fact that I already have a key right now. That was just something I was testing. So now with that being on space down, we go back and forth. Everything else is gone except that one coin that we left. We go back, everything's gone. We can just go back and forth. So the next thing we want to do is we want to actually implement our ladders. And in order to do that, we're going to need to have some ladders on the screen. So I'm going to build off of this block 5, 5, 5, 6 up here. That's going to be the top. You always want to put a 6 at the top. And we're going to look back down into our check stuff function. And right here, we're going to take char.adjust and we're going to put it in an if statement if not climbing char.adjust. Else. And now we're going to add 2 more booleans up at the top. Private var w down and s down. Come on down to the bottom, and we're going to actually change this part a little bit. We're going to put this in parentheses. Actually, 2 sets of parentheses. And then say, or char.onLadder is not equal to -1. So now, inside that, we're going to keep the char.graph equals -15 in if char.onLadder is equal to -1. But then we're going to have an else. Say climbing is true, w down is true. And then we're also going to put if key code is 83. Again, if it's not equal to -1, meaning that you are actually climbing a ladder, climbing is true again, and s down equals true. Down here, we're going to go ahead and just, for both, just give A3, 87, S down equals true, W down equals true. Oh, no, false. So now with those working, up here we go back to that if statement that we made a little while ago with the else. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in here if W down char.y minus equals 5. If s down char.y plus equals 5. And now let's run this. We've got our ladder set up now. And now we can go up and down this ladder. We get to the top, it doesn't let us keep going. But we get to the bottom, we can keep going through it. So we want to make sure that we don't actually keep going through the bottom of the ladder. So in this little if statement here, we're going to add a little if char.y plus char.height divided by 2 is greater than char.floor, char.y equals char.floor minus char.height divided by 2. So now we can try and barrel in, it won't work. We go up, we go down, and we can go to the sides, but going to the sides doesn't actually break it off. So what we want to add in here, not necessarily in that, if char.onLadder equals -1, climbing equals false. Now we go ahead and run back. We come off on the side and we're not climbing anymore. But what I want to add is something so that we can actually jump off of the ladder rather than just fall off on the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use spacebar. It's not only going to be opening doors, but it's also going to be jump off of a ladder because up is already taken because it's what moves us up the ladder. So we're going to put if key code is 32 again, just like when we had before. We're going to say if climbing is false, char.grab equals -15, just like a regular jump, and char.onLadder equals -1. So we fall off the ladder. So now we run this, we can go up, and we can jump off. And you can catch yourself by hitting W on the ladder. And that's just about it. We went a little over 15 minutes this time, but I think it was worth it. We're getting into some more complex stuff now, and hopefully you guys can keep following along. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.